All right, so we're rewriting the given expression in two ways by inserting parentheses. So we have to figure out where we want to put parentheses to get us the answer of 10 and to get us the value of 14. So when they ask you to do these types of problems, it's kind of like a trial and basis, trial and error kind of thing. Whereas you got to figure out where you think the parentheses should be to give you those answers. So we're going to start off by in these white boxes, we're going to treat them as text boxes because it's easier to type them in showing our steps with parentheses. So the first part, we're just going to sit here and we're going to look at this expression and be like, okay, in my parentheses, I need to have at least two numbers. I could have one, but I'm going to go with and start with just two and see what I get. So I'm going to start off by putting my parentheses around 4 plus 2. Now remember, you can hit control period and get the 3, or you can hit shift 6, get your caret and use your 3. Both of those will work. Close my parentheses, minus 5 times 2. Well, now I look. Okay, on my scrap sheet of paper, I wrote PEMDAS down. So now I got to solve parentheses, because according to PEMDAS, parentheses is first. So I have parentheses, and I got to do my exponents first, because exponents comes before addition. So I have 4 plus, well, 2 to the third power, 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. So I have 8, and then I write everything as is because I haven't touched it yet. Well, I still have parentheses, so according to PEMDAS, I need to solve that. 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 minus 5 times 2. So now 12 minus 5 times 2. Now looking, okay, done with my P, done with my E. Now I am on to M and D. Do I have multiplication or division? I do. So I have to do 5 times 2. So I keep my 12 minus 5 times 2, 10. And then I have addition and subtraction. All I have left is subtraction, so I get my answer of 2. 2 is not an option, so I know that's not where I'm going to be putting my parentheses to get 10 or 14. So now I'm going to start, and I'm going to put it around the 2/3, 2 to the third power, I'm sorry, minus 5. So I have 4 plus parentheses 2 to the third power minus 5, close my parentheses, times 2. So now I gotta sit here and use PEMDAS again. I have to solve my parentheses first. Okay, I have 2 to the third minus 5. So I did not touch that 4 plus, so I leave that there. Parentheses, well I know 2 to the third power is 8 minus 5 times 2. Okay, still got parentheses, so I keep my 4 plus, haven't touched it. 8 minus 5 is 3 times 2. So now I have PEMDAS, parentheses are done. No more exponents because I have 4 plus 3 times 2. Now I'm on to multiplication and division, which is 6. So I get 4 plus 3 times 2, 6. And then 4 plus 6 is 10. So my expression here is to get 10, I'm going to have to do 4 plus parentheses 2 to the third power minus 5, close parentheses, times 2. That gives me 10. Well, now I got to figure out how to get 14. So I'm going to start and I'm just going to put it on the 5 times 2 and see what I get. So I have 4 plus 2 to the third power minus, and I said I was going to put it on the 5 and 2, so I have 5 times 2. Okay, so PEMDAS, parentheses. I got to do 5 times 2 first, so that means I type everything that I have not done anything with or touched except for what I do in my parentheses. 5 times 2, 10. So now I have to look. PEMDAS, P is done. E for exponents. Okay, 2 to the third I know is 8. So I have 4 plus 8 minus 10. Okay, now I look. No multiplication, no division. I'll check that off. Addition and subtraction. So I have 4 plus 8, which is 12, minus 10, since I didn't use that 10. And 12 minus 10 is 2. Well, again, I'm not looking for 2. I'm looking for 14. So I put parentheses around 2 numbers. So I might try now 3 numbers. So I'm going to go back to the beginning of my expression, and I'm going to put parentheses around everything to the 5. So I'm going to do 4, I'm going to do parentheses, 4 plus 2 to the 3rd power minus 5, close the parentheses, times 2, and see what I get. Again, parentheses can have as many numbers as you need in it, or as few as numbers you need in it. When you put parentheses around your numbers, it changes either the operation or when you solve it. Okay, so right now we're solving the inside of those parentheses. So in parentheses, I have to do in order of operation, PEMDAS. So exponents comes first, so I got to solve my exponents. So 2 to the 3rd we know is 8. So I leave that 4 plus 8 minus 5 because I haven't touched that minus 5 in the times 2. See how I still have parentheses, so I still need to solve what's inside. Well, I did my exponents. There's no multiplication and division inside that parentheses. Now I have to do addition and subtraction. Well, I got to do 4 plus 8, which is 12, minus 5, close parentheses, times 2. Oops. So now I still have parentheses, so I still have to solve parentheses. 12 minus 5 is 7. Now I can take the parentheses out because there's nothing left inside the parentheses. Now if you wanted to, you could put parentheses around that 7, but you still are going to be timesing it by 2. So that's the same thing as saying 7 times 2. So that's why we don't have to put the parentheses around that number, because there's already a multiplication sign. So you can do 7 times 2, which is 14. And we'll look at that. 14 is our answer. So we're going to do 4 plus 2 to the 3rd power minus 5 inside our parentheses and do times 2 at the end. Okay?